So we have a major problem here in the United States. And unfortunately, the majority of Americans are lower income earners. Even the middle class is getting hammered as we speak. Unless you own assets that in a time where inflation is up, okay, rates are up, if that's you, great. But the majority of Americans do not fall within that basket. The majority are lower income, even middle income, okay, middle class Americans that do not have a lot of assets. Here's the problem. Those people are struggling because inflation keeps going up. The cost of food is getting more expensive. Housing is getting more expensive. Gas prices are going up. All these things are just putting more and more pressure on the American people. Now, I want to address what's going on here because there's a new Gallup poll that just came out, and it says Americans continue to name inflation as the top financial problem. I want to address that poll because, again, this is you. Everyone is saying that the economy is great, things are booming, right? Wages are up, everyone's doing perfectly fine. But no, on social media, people are doing fine. But in real life, not so much. I'm going to break all that down in just a moment. Make sure you stick around and watch this entire video, and I'll explain exactly what is going on. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So here's the problem that we're facing today. Low-income earners can't afford a meal at McDonald's anymore. You go to McDonald's and you are going to pay for one person for one meal. You're likely to pay anywhere from $11 to $14 per meal. In some places like California, you're going to look to pay anywhere between $14 and $20 per meal. Yeah, it's too expensive. Also, lower income households cannot afford to take a day off. If they are sick, well, and you don't get sick pay, you need to go to work. If you just need a little bit of time off just to kind of clear your head, sorry, you can't do that because you can't afford to take a day off. Also, millions of people right now are living on credit card debt. Credit card debt is topping $1 trillion. It's a massive, massive problem. And most people believe they will never be able to pay off their credit cards. That's an issue. But I want to get to this. I want to get to this Gallup poll. Okay? Look at this. It says, for the third year in a row, the percentage of Americans naming inflation or the high cost of living as the most important financial problem facing their family has reached a new high. The 41% naming the issue this year is up slightly from 35% a year ago and 32% from 2022. Before 2022, the highest percentage mentioning inflation was 18% back in 2008. If you remember what was going on in 2008, that was a financial crisis, right? The housing market just collapsed. This was a tough time for many people. But it goes on to say, inflation has been named by less than 10% in most other readings since the question was first asked in 2005. Look at this. It says trend in mentions of inflation as the most important family financial problem. Okay, 41%. That's an issue. Okay, now, one thing I can tell you is that it doesn't matter who you are, where you live in the country. There's a lot of problems that we're facing. The issue, though, is so many people are being told that the economy is just fine, that everything's going good. Put all your money into, you'll fix your house, right? Go and renovate your kitchen. Get a new, you'll put some new landscaping in. Put in a pool because the economy's strong. Here's what I can tell you, and this isn't financial advice, but maybe don't go and spend all your money to renovate your home. Maybe don't go put in a pool that you don't absolutely need. Maybe don't go put $20,000 down on landscaping. You might not need it. What you should do is invest in yourself. The reason why is simple. Your place of employment may not be there in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. You may not be able to go and get money out of your retirement account because as of right now, some stocks, some accounts are getting hammered. I was talking to a friend of mine just the other day, and he's only, I think he's 36, 37 years old, and he actually pulled out about $50,000 from his retirement account. He's going to have to pay taxes on that. He's going to have to pay the penalty, okay? Because he's only 36, 37 years old. He pulled it out, not because he lost his job, not because of a death in a family member, not because he got married or had children, okay? None of that. He pulled it out because he was upside down in his home loan already, because he just purchased a house a few months back, and the house, the price of it actually went down. He was upside down in his car loan, and he bought this car about a year and a half ago. Spent $80-some thousand on this car, and the car now, you can get him on Auto Trader for $62,000. Okay, so right there, he's upside down on that. And yes, he does have a loan. He has a bunch of credit card debt, but at the same time, he's trying to run a business. He's trying to run a small business. Here's what I can tell you. Invest in yourself first, okay? Make sure that you are safe. I want to show you something. Look at this article from CNBC. It says McDonald's and other big brands warn that low-income consumers are starting to crack. Here's what's happening. I actually have a few friends that manage, one manages McDonald's, the other I think it's a Wendy's, or maybe it's Taco Bell, I don't know. But anyway, and so they manage these different fast food restaurants. Well, one thing I can tell you is that the people that are coming in, they're driving nicer vehicles. Okay, they're driving the new Hummer. They're driving the new Suburbans and the Jeep Wagoneers. They're driving the nicer cars. Okay, the people that are not coming through the drive-through through the McDonald's and the Wendy's or Taco Bell or Arby's or whatever it is, those cars, the 98 Honda Civic, okay, the 2000 Mitsubishi Eclipse, okay, the Ford Eco Van, those are not the vehicles that are coming through anymore. Okay, the reason is because, again, lower income earners are struggling. They're making their sandwiches before they go to work. They're not going to McDonald's and spending an hour and a half of their time, because again, it's going to take them about an hour to hour and a half of working in order to pay for one meal. How crazy is that? And this is why I ask you this, and think about this. Next time you go out and buy a number one at McDonald's, which in most cases I believe is just a Big Mac meal, you're going to spend, let's say, $10 to $12. If you are going to spend $10 to $12, is it worth your time? Because your lunch break, let's say it's 30 minutes or an hour, so you're going to spend more money in 30 minutes than most people are going to make in 1 hour. Think about that. Next time you go out and start buying stuff, whether it's something at a grocery store, at a retail store, or a fast food establishment, think about how long it's going to take you to work to pay off that meal or that item. Okay? So, I will leave you with that, but just understand right now, what everyone else is saying, that the economy's strong, we're going to bounce back, right? Wages are going up, inflation's going down, everything's perfect. No. Credit card debt's going up. Okay? The credit card delinquency rate is going up. We are seeing inflation go up. Wages, technically, are going down. Even though you get a raise, it's not keeping up with inflation. So your real hourly wages are going down. And here's another problem. More people are seeing that they're working less hours. They get paid the same per hour, but they're working less hours. So at the end of the week or end of the month, they're actually making less money. So think about all these things before you come out and say the economy is booming and everything's just fine. So I'll leave you with that, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.